Why don't we start with the aforementioned Colorado situation?
Okay.
Why don't we start with Deion Sanders? So the two name brand, if you want to say name brand in air quotes, transfers that are coming with him from Jackson State are obviously Travis Hunter, big-time defensive back, 5-star defensive back, formerly committed to Florida State, flipped his commitment on the day of the Jackson State, I guess over a year ago. And Shadeur Sanders, his son, the quarterback, who was a 4-star in his own right, recruited by pretty much everybody in the South, right? So these are two big-time talents that are coming with him from Jackson State to Colorado. Colorado as a whole, since he got there, has been extremely active in the transfer portal. I don't even know what the number is up to now of the guys that he is bringing with him, but it extends far beyond, Travis Hunter and Shadeur Sanders. Jimmy Horn Jr. from USF, the receiver, Cavassier Smoke, the running back from Kentucky, the big tight end, I don't have his name in front of me, from Arkansas State, right? He's been very active in just trying to, I think, up the talent level across the board. They've gotten some real talent that has come on over to Boulder now. I think it's at least 13 transfers, but I'm sure the number is higher at this point.
Sure.
Why this is intriguing to me is that they have to be better than 1-11 next season. They just have to. If only because of the influx of talent that he is bringing with him to Boulder from Jackson State and from other parts across the country, Deion Sanders is going to have this Colorado team playing at a higher than 1-win level next season. But what I think makes this even more intriguing is the fact that we can't quite map out how much better it's going to be. We don't know what the ceiling looks like because this is a coach who's not coached at the FBS level, because there is talent coming from the FCS level. We don't know how that translates to the Pac-12. All too often when we do our preview content, we are talking in terms of how a team did last year and how a coach did last year or how a coach did at a previous stop. All of this is sort of new territory on the Colorado side. Not just that he's taking over a 1-11 school, but that there's no go by here.
Right.
I don't have a good marker that I can look at, something that can help me measure how good Deion as a coach will be or won't be.
Right.
Coming into 2023. You factor in that they also play a really tough schedule in year one for Deion Sanders. We shouldn't overlook the fact that they've got national runner-up TCU, first game of the season. They've got Nebraska, second game of the season. They're on the road at Oregon. They're on the road at UCLA. They're on the road at Utah. They've also got to play USC. Of course, they've got to play USC. So I think on some level, the transfer thing is obviously very, very intriguing. There's talent coming to Boulder. But beyond that, Deion's ability to organize that talent, Deion's ability to get buy-in from the players that are already on the roster, Deion's ability to maybe throw something new at some of these schools that he's going to have to play against, which is, again, I think a tough schedule. If he can get this team to a bowl, if he can get this team to within a bowl conversation, can you imagine the juice that is going to be on Colorado going into 24? Can you possibly imagine what that looks like?
It depends who replaces Deion Sanders as he takes a bigger job
in 2024.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Wow. Okay.
So is there a specific player? I mean, there's an obvious player, right? That in terms of intriguing players that made the move to Colorado, it's Travis Hunter.
Well, Travis Hunter is intriguing because he's such a top flight talent.
Yeah.
And also because Colorado was so bad on defense. I'm actually inclined to say Shadeur Sanders.
Okay.
As a more intriguing thing to watch. He's going to get the ball more.
He was a relatively high level recruit.
He was a 4-star.
Yeah,
he was recruited by
He
was recruited by Sark when Sark was at Alabama, recruited to a bunch of schools throughout the South. And so just I think by virtue of the fact that he's going to get the ball more, we're going to get to see what that offense looks like with him running it, with Deion, obviously putting his system in place. I think to me, he's the more intriguing guy to follow. Travis Hunter, I think, is going to be high level. No matter where he plays, he'll be high level.
Yeah, so he played two-way, and Deion talked about how that was a big recruiting win for him, not just getting Travis Hunter to Jackson State, but because he said, play offense and defense. It's great. You look like a terrific receiver. And he's made plays. He had 19 catches, 18 catches last year. So he wasn't full-time. He wasn't the lead receiver, as far as I can tell. It's Travis Hunter to me. And Shadeur Sanders, obviously quarterback is the most important position on the field, but because of the name recognition level of Travis Hunter and what he could possibly, and now Deion also signed Kevin Coleman out of high school, a blue chip receiver. He ended up transferring to, I think, Louisville after Deion left for Colorado. So he didn't follow him there. So Travis Hunter, it's the name thing. And I know Deion flipped, I think, a Notre Dame running back commitment, a speedy running back from Kansas. But in terms of portal, Travis Hunter, star power in Colorado, in Boulder, and what he can do, because look, how many great two-way players have we seen in the last decade? 3? It's not a lot of them.
Not many.
So is he that next guy who is just so transcendent that you have to play him on both sides of the ball? Likely, yes. So in terms of a reason to watch Colorado, we know they're not going to be very good. You just need a deeper roster and a more talented roster than what we think they'll have come late August, early September, whatever, when they play TCU to open the season. But star power goes a long way. Even if a team is average, if you have that guy, right? If you have that, linebacker / running back, corner / receiver, safety / receiver, returner / corner, whatever, which is 1.5 way. I'm intrigued. I want to watch Travis Hunter play against top flight competition in the Pac-12, relatively so, versus what he saw at Jackson State. So he's on my list as well, just because star power goes a long way for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's an intriguing situation. I am thrilled to see what Deion can do. I hope he doesn't leave in 24. He's not going to leave in 24.
I don't know, man. You think you're positive
if they go
on
5
anything?
and 7, if they go 5 and 7, which would be, by the way, a monster improvement from where they were last season. They were horrible last season.
Well, especially where the Pac-12 is quarterback-wise. That so many of these guys are returning, these high-level guys, Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Michael Penix, Cam Rising, especially. So it's, it's a tough ask. It's a climb.